Hello everybody, this is TechStack here, and this is episode 6 of the CutterCraft Let's Play series. As promised, I'm going to show off the village breeder storage cells here. Let me adjust my sounds, get rid of these guys. Down to nothing, because they annoy me being in there. As you can see, I kind of went ahead and just built the structure of it. It's basic, create a 1x1, and there's the basic concept. Make it 3 tall, put a pressure plate at the bottom for them to land on, put a lever up top, and then this block here cannot be a transparent block because it has to be one that can suffocate them. Everything else is pretty much however you want it to be. We do need to put a button down here, and in the back side we need to make it so that we have room to do some redstone wiring underneath here. But other than that, it's pretty much safe. The top is important back here so we can run rails along it. But other than that, you can copy this or you can make your own design. This does look nice. Sorry if I did all this myself. But let's get on to the wiring here. As you can see, we've got a pressure plate at the bottom. We need to bring the signal from that pressure plate all the way to the back here and run it vertically up a torch chain, just like so. And what that does is there will be a powered rail on that block that will turn based on the signal coming out of these torches, basically. If the torches are on, that top one's on, it turns so that it goes straight down the line instead of going into the holding cell. So that makes it real nice and easy and compact as far as letting it choose which cell to throw the villagers into. It doesn't throw 2 into the same cell. It only puts them into ones that are empty. The second part to this, it's going to need some repeaters, and I actually need to break in here for a moment. We need to get underneath that button, which I think is one more block in. Let me go check. Yep, right there. So we need to put a redstone dust there, and we're going to need to put a repeater in there right here. Let's temporarily take all those out, and we're using repeaters so that the lines don't cross. And let's see, our block needs to be right here. That block gets powered. We'll stick a piston right here that will cause these other pistons to fire, because they're basically going to be bud switches once you flip that, and that causes this whole thing to be a failsafe. You have to flip this lever and push this button in order for the villagers to get killed. So I'm gonna make a cut here, gonna go get some repeaters, or not repeaters. I'm going to go get myself some pistons, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got the pistons we needed. Needed some sticky pistons as well as some regular pistons for this. Go ahead and break these blocks there. And we need to put a regular piston there. Oh, need to face vertically. Okay. Now I'm going to need to put some blocks like that, just so I can build off of and go around front, put the stickies in. There we go. Oh, nope, we need to go back one more, don't we? Well, if that's the case, this whole torch line might need to be back one more. No, that's okay. It's good like it is. You need an air block here so that when these get powered, it doesn't power your piston and kill your villager. Otherwise, you'll have problems. And there we go. We have set up the killing machine. Now, if I push this button, that piston back there, the one I'm pointing at, goes up. And these pistons here are now bud powered. So as soon as that piston moves, or we place a block here, you'll hear that piston goes ahead and updates because it is being powered diagonally. And I did not put a sticky piston there. Put the wrong one. There we go. So what this means for us. Okay, so let's say we have a villager in there. Say we have a villager in there. Flip this lever. We've activated that one for killing. Push the button. It extends out. It stays out. And once he's dead, we flip the lever again and it retracts. Push the button by itself, does not kill him. Throw the lever by itself, doesn't kill him. And the nice thing about this is, if you really needed to kill multiple villagers, you can technically kill two at the same time. Flip them both down, push the button. Both pistons extend, stay extended, until we unpower them with the lever. It's that simple, guys. And then Zarified nicely cleaned up the whole mess back here that I made on this build with these half slabs. Protects your wiring a little bit. I would recommend even building something around the torches a little bit so that water doesn't wash them away. But that's the basic design of it. Very, very easy to build. Very repeatable as far as extending it on. You can put buttons between each one as long as you're putting the vertical piston here, just like it is here between each one. You can extend it on as far as you want and have buttons between each one, or you can put a button every other one, however you want to do it really. Save a piston every other one if you did it that way. The other part we've got to go over here is I need to put some powered rails going vertically, which I don't have right now, so that's why I'm not showing you this. And then a line going down here all the way to this block. So the rail's down like that, and then the villager drops onto the pressure plate. This rail here, because it will extend both this way and this way, so those two directions, will be a curved rail, and you want it to curve this direction when it's not powered. When it is powered, you want it to be a straight rail. That's the whole basic concept behind this. If you happen to set your storage cell up in an orientation where straight is the default, just extend this down one more, or make your redstone torches go like this so they take up more space and you can invert the signal an extra time. So instead of having a single torch on top like this, you're taking up 2 blocks tall with torches, and you invert the signal. And then from then on up, you can keep it regular. Just one on top of the block. And that's it. That's our design here. I'm probably going to make another break here, get some more rails so I can finish this off, just show you on camera here what it looks like. And then maybe we can demonstrate the thing with his breeder there and get some more villagers to trade with. So I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back here, and as you can see, I've extended my rail, got powered lines going up here. Ooh, creeper. Not good for business. And as you can see, we're in 41B, where the mobs like to walk sideways, Galloway sheep. Anyway, I was extending this rail up here, got it powered here. We've got our turns just over top of the torch towers, and they run down into the holding cells. So when the villager gets in there, I don't have an easy way of demonstrating this by myself. When the villager gets in there, this rail will straighten out and connect to this one instead of going over here. For now, I'm just using a redstone block because that's what Zarified did on his original design. But this could be easily a torch instead if you want to save redstone a little bit. I did go ahead and put this rail over here because technically you would need it if you had more cells. So just to make it tileable, you need one here. And as soon as you place that second one, this would straighten out and point that way. So that's all there is to that. Let's go ahead and test it out. I've got a minecart in my inventory. I'm going to throw it down right here where he's got it set up started. Push the button and see what random villager we get. Okay, looks like a farmer possibly. In he goes. And as you can see, this torch is now off. And the track should have changed. Did I line that up right? Yes, it did. Well, let me troubleshoot this. Okay, guys. After some fiddling around, I realized what the problem is. This track is on the other side, so it technically needs to turn, I don't know, it needs to turn left instead of turning right. So that's the problem. So it's the exact scenario I was just talking about. So in order to fix that, I'm going to do exactly what I was talking about. So I'm glad I demonstrated that so that I could use it myself. Okay, right here, put it on the side, and then up, and then on this side. Basically, the whole goal in doing this is to invert the signal from what it is by default, which is off with the simpler method. Now it is on with no villager in there. I did have to kill that villager, which was okay because he had a really, really bad trade. He was trading for Eyes of Ender, which we've already went to the end and killed the dragon, so we have no need for those. Okay, so now if I go up here, look at my track, they are currently powered. Can't really see it, but they're currently powered, and the rails are bending to the left, which would send the villagers into the slots. So let's go ahead and switch out for these. And a good way to help troubleshoot this was to power that bottom block, which just became a little bit more tricky this time. I guess I can do it this way. Nope. I guess, well, before I could power it. Now I can't really power it because I have no space to power it. So for now, do I have wood? Yes, I do. Let's do this instead for now. Okay, that pressure plate is being pushed down by that stone pressure plate. So now if we come up here, and we have a track down, so I can actually turn to it. It will turn. That's exactly what we want it to do. So now let's switch this back out for the stone one and give it an actual test run then. Too many things in my inventory building this. Okay. Push the button. Get a villager. He falls in. The track should have switched. It did. So now the next villager, which I need another minecart for. There we go. He should go into the second slot there. Good. And that's all there is to it, guys. That's the villager holding cell with safeties. Build in my survival world here. I probably will do this as a tutorial in a creative world where I can already have it pre-planned out a little bit better than I did here, and do it as a quick tutorial so that you guys can quickly get up to speed with how it works and build it in your own world if you want, a little bit quicker than we did on here. So anyway, on to the next project. Okay guys, I quickly expanded this out as you can see. Just going to give it a test try. Oh, I see one thing I missed. Didn't put down my last block of redstone. Oh, it's not needed. Okay, cool. So, let's give it a test. See what kind of villagers we get. Perfect. And, ooh, paper villager. Good. Excellent. He's doing books. See? Gold. Ooh, that's probably one of the better ones to have in the first trade, I imagine, on those guys. This guy's trading emeralds for an iron pick. He might be a keeper after a while. And this guy is just a regular villager. I think we need to get rid of him. So let's demonstrate this thing. The other villager is safe because the switch is up. Anyway, he goes. Flip the lever. You can walk right up here too. That's the nice thing about this. And collect the drop from the cart. Throw it right there. Pick up another villager. Hopefully he's more cooperative than the last. Guess if you're in desperate need of redstone, it's a way of getting it, but really not for it. Anyway, that's probably where I'll stop on this for now. I think Zarified only had it laid out for 2 villager cells, but we kind of need to get a couple of these guys going. So Zarified, if you see this and you didn't really want it this big, feel free to tear it down and keep all the stuff. I don't care. If you want it bigger, I'm all for that too. It is kind of getting in the way of this, I guess. Maybe that's why he had it so short. But if that's the case, maybe we can set up a cell over here. Oop, or something. But yeah, I think next, I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do next. I've been working off camera on an area for wither skeletons specifically, to spawn in in the nether. You can see my groundhog shovel here is all repaired up because I wore it down to nothing trying to get snow. I'm going to make my wither skeleton spawning area out of snow so they're high visibility. As you know, the withers are dark, and having them over top of this snow, they just stand out really good on it. I guess part of that is, if you remember, I tried setting up my snowman over there. Well, it turns out that snowmen can produce snow beneath them if they're in plains. And it took me a long time to figure out why mine specific one wasn't spawning in snow or causing snow to be beneath him. After a lot of experimentation and some testing in Creative World, I found out that these guys only spawn snow beneath them within like 2 or 3 blocks of the surface of the original world terrain. So what I mean by that is, this is the height of my original ground here, let's say. 3 blocks beneath that, so like this level, he's not going to produce snow. It's crazy. And I actually confirmed that in my world here. If I had him 1 block lower and he was not producing any snow, moved him up 1, bam, he was producing snow. So that's all there is to it. I'm not sure if that's related to the fact that snow now spawns in on top of mountains when it's snowing, or when it's snowing. I'm sorry, it snows on top of mountains when it's raining is what it does. Wow, I can't talk tonight. But yeah, that seems to be the case. So I've got that I've been working on. I might start showing that off soon. The other thing that I've been considering doing is moving the Enderman farm, or setting up a secondary one. That's because I've heard from YouTube channels like Panda that having the Enderman farm set up so that it's above ground, above Y128, actually reduces the rate at which they spawn. So for me, what that means is mine is up pretty high. The bottom of it's probably around 60 or so. And if that's the case, that means that we're limited by how many spawning cells we can have above us. So we will never get max efficiency out of it because of that. So what that means is we'll have to build it all the way down by the void in the end. Bit hairy to do, but doable. Don't know yet. I'll probably have to gather more resources to be able to do that effectively. But if I do, then we'll be able to spawn stuff in, or spawn the Enderman in at a rate where we can probably get to level 30 within a matter of seconds. Wait a minute. I'm missing a horse. Where is my horse? I know I found him in my last episode. Where did I put him? Great. Now I have to go find him again. Well, I'll be back.